Hi, welcome back to another Paper Crafting with Patty on a Joyful Journey video. I am a Fun Stampers Journey coach and I am here to help. You can order online 24/7, 365 at funstampersjourney.com/Patty Murray, where you can email me with any questions, a joyful journey with 2 L's at yahoo.com. Today's video is very easy, I think. It's a simple card. Folds flat like that. It is an easel card, so it pops up like that. The inside. I am using one of the new Fun Stamper Journey stamp sets called Bike Life. We'll be using the bicycle, the 2 tires, and this sentiment: life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. And also the little doohickey down here. Okay, to start with, you will need a base card cut at the normal 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And I just had my bone folder. You'll use that. You want to make sure you have a very nice crease. And you fold this one back. And this color, I don't know if I told you, is lemongrass. Real pretty green. You will also need a scrap piece for the sentiment. You will need white paper for the front. This piece measures 3 by 5 1/4. The inside piece is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and you'll also need a scrap piece for the bicycle tires. Excuse me. The pattern paper that I'm using is from the paper pack called Mother Nature. Yeah, Mother Nature. Real pretty, nice muted colors. This piece for the inside is 4 by 5 1/4, and you'll also need 2 pieces that are cut 1 by 5 1/4. Oh, excuse me. We're going to build most of this card, and then I'm also the front of the card, I use the pan pastels to do this. And then the bicycle is stamped in black licorice. And I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I used the Journey glaze on the tires and on the seat. Okay, so we need our adhesive. Front is very simple. Try to get that centered. If you're like me, it's not an easy task. On the front, what I decided, instead of wasting a whole piece, we're going to put a piece at the top and a piece on the bottom. And you really can't tell that it's not a full piece unless you do that, and most people aren't going to do that, I wouldn't think. So I think that was kind of clever of me. And I'm probably not the first person to have thought of that. Okay, and again, I'm going to want to make sure that that's not scored all the way. That's going to bother me, so I have to fix it. Maybe I'm going to fix it. Well, that wasn't very clever now, Patty. Get this lined up here. Love the way the color coordinates there. I seem lately to be drawn toward the more masculine looking cards instead of the frilly ones. And I don't know what that's all about, because I never used to be that way. Maybe it's just that Richard has done such a good job of putting these things in our toolbox. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for set that over here. And this scrap, you'll notice that the stamp is all one piece, but on the card you can see that I separated them, and on my sample I stamped it once and cut it. It was a good idea, however, I didn't have much of a border here. So afterwards I was playing around and I figured out how to take care of that. So I'm going to ink this stamp up. Leaving a little border at the top. I'm going to stamp that. Then I'm going to re-ink basically just the top part of the stamp. And stamp it at the bottom. Then I took my trimmer. I didn't figure you needed to see me cut things out. So I took my trimmer and I left a little border on the bottom. I put a little border on the top. And then I just don't think things like this are finished unless the edges are sponged. And I don't know if that's because when I started stamping many moons ago, everything was done that way, but I've kept it in what I do anyway with stamping. That's all there is to that. Also wanted to show you I am not a fussy cutter, and I don't do a very good job at cutting, and I will always and forever leave little bits of the paper showing. So what I normally do is sponge the ends around, and because I don't usually use black to sponge, I'm just flicking it on the ink pad, and that makes it look more polished. At least I think so. That's what I tell myself anyway. Okay, also on that little scrap of green paper, I've forgotten what these things are called. The links and the chains, maybe? Maybe that's what they're supposed to be called. I don't know. Alright, bring this back over. Still a little damp, so I'm going to do this probably backwards. Let's see. I'll run tape along the top here. You don't want to go past the fold. And this is the same width as the paper. Try to center that. Gonna center this. Actually gonna line up the black line with the bottom. The black line of the little banner on the stamp. Could use my Journey glaze for this. Just 2 little dots. This is some amazing stuff. It makes things look shiny and pretty, but it's also an adhesive. Keep sticking my hands in that stuff. And I have some sequins. Just thought there should be a little blingy something on here. Should have my tweezers, but of course I didn't bring all of my supplies. They would have been helpful. And I do also have a blog on Weebly, W-E-E-B-L-Y. It's a joyful journey.weebly.com. I'll have all of the measurements and the correct names for the pan pastels on that. Now, to make the little stopper, I use some mini foam squares. Love these things. And this card you could do with any stamp set. Do it with flowers and have little flowers down there. That would be cute. And then for the inside, all I did was attach this, and I wanted it a little wonky, so I put it like that, and it will get glued there. I like this pattern paper because of the lines. It makes it easier to line up. I can't glue this down right now because I put more of that glaze on there, but there we have it. I have to do something with that sun though. Okay, again, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in seeing what you can do with Fun Stamper's Journey, don't hesitate to give me a shout out there. Again, funstampersjourney.com/Patty Murray, Murray, or give me an email at ajoyfuljourney@yahoo.com. And don't forget, there's 2 L's in that full because we're just full of joy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. Bye. Okay, we're going to give this another try. Starting out with this grass, which is kiwi slice. Such a pretty color, I love it. I like greens anyway, and our color palette, not just with the pan pastels, but in general, the greens are very pretty. I like them. Alright, so that's the base. And now to make it look like there's some actual grass. This grass needs to be mowed. It's kind of scraggly. Alright, hopefully I have been successful in editing the first attempt at this. That sun came out pretty bad. Just using the edge to kind of give some dimension to this otherwise flat piece of coloring here. If it gets too crazy, just go over it. Okay, now for what messed me up in the first place. Alright, let's see if we can do a better job this time, Patty. Start with the lighter color here. Just kind of want it to be a hazy day. I'm going to grab some of that brighter yellow. I do want it to have some definition. That's better. Okay, now for the sky. Starting with some pool play. Very soft. Very soft blue. Then I'm going to take some of the beach breeze. I actually like the sky better. Give it some clouds. It's me off camera inking up my bicycle again. Okay. I think that looks much better. Oops, that's the wrong one. Than the sky on that one. Okay, back to editing.